This robber with negative IQ burst into the bank with a gun, but when the staff handed him the money, he realized he'd robbed a foreign exchange office just as Jack was feeling disappointed. A kind staff member pointed out there was a bank right across the street, so Jack immediately dashed to the bank across the way. Soon, the police arrived. With no other choice, Jack had to flee, but he accidentally ran into a movie theater. The screen happened to be showing his favorite movie, so he sat down and started watching the film. Before he could see the ending, he was arrested. He was then locked up in prison. When he saw his cellmate eating butter cookies, he began lecturing him on the history of various cookies. The exasperated cellmate prepared to punch him, but Jack pinned him to the floor. The guards had no choice but to transfer Jack to other cells. Yet every new cellmate Jack shared soon went mad under his pressure. The warden arranged for a psychiatrist to examine Jack, suspecting mental instability. This would allow them to send him to a mental institution. But after asking numerous questions, the doctor found nothing unusual, so the psychiatrist came to the definite conclusion that Jack's IQ was too low. Just as the warden was at a loss for how to handle Jack, a cold-blooded killer suddenly arrived at the prison. No matter how the warden interrogated him, the killer remained silent, so the warden decided to lock Jack and the killer together. The moment Jack entered the cell, he immediately began greeting the killer in every way possible. Seeing that the killer didn't dislike him, Jack believed he had found his soulmate. But that very night, the murderer is driven by Jack to want to go to God. Jack frantically called the guards to send the killer to the infirmary. Jack is once again alone and determined to head to the hospital like the killer. Upon arriving, his first act was to seek out the killer again. Didn't even notice he was sitting on an old man. This caused the old man to meet his maker on the spot. And so Jack successfully became the killer's cellmate once more.